Well, it's a good day to be a Trump supporter, that's for sure, especially if your last name is Epstein. I just said it.
You done said it.
I said it. Ben, how do you feel tonight?
About just him or...
Yeah.
Yeah. This is... I'm not disappointed with everything in the administration, obviously, because the economy's doing good and all that. But this was one of the big things that people talked about and that they said they were going to uncover, and seemed like they had all the information pretty readily available and they were going to let it out. And now this has happened, and this is probably the most disappointed I've been with him or his administration before. And I'm just kind of wondering, now that you're kind of taking aim at your supporters, need to pump the brakes a little bit. If this is like a little game that he's playing, because I know he does that, and most of the time that works for him, this one almost seems to be getting a little out of hand, and something needs to be explained more.
So let me ask, what would make people happy? Let's say...
I know what would make Jared happy. Oh. Pam Bondi gone.
Pam Bondi out of here.
Pam Bondi gone. Yeah.
Done, son.
That's what would make him happy.
But imagine if you had this list of people and you were going to let it out.
Yep.
So, but you also know that you can use that list for control. Do you let it all out? Do you let just one or two? Because I'd be the guy being like, okay, let's see. Who am I going to get rid of now? And I would just let that guy out.
Here's my problem with that is that your supporters and the people that are like the conspiracy theorists are all into this. And like this would be like a monumental moment in a presidency if you were to just let this stuff out, because I mean, the families of these people and these people now that are grown kind of need some I mean, they need some
justice.
Yeah.
Well, what happened? Okay. These people now that are grown.
Yeah.
They know who did it.
A lot of them have died actually for coming out and saying, "Oh, it was me. I was,"
Yep.
Yeah. But the ones that are alive, they know who did it. They know who.
They do.
So say something.
But most of the ones that have said something have ended up.
Yeah. Unalived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see justice,
Yes.
and they have told us this was something they used to goad us into.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to say goad us into voting for them, but it was one of the hot topics that they said we're going to address this, we're going to do something about it, and people thought, yes, finally we're going to get a bit of vindication. The victims are going to get to see some justice.
Yep.
This is a win-win situation. They get in there and they've brushed it off so much and pushed it to the side, and now Trump, like you were saying, has gone to the point of bashing his supporters, and we can pull up some of the tweets, but he's saying that you're my past supporters, or you're my former supporters. Isn't that what he said?
Yep.
Let me pull this one up. So he's coming after the people who put him into office simply because he says this is a Democrat hoax. Well,
it's not a hoax.
And you need to have a conversation, I believe, with your attorney general, with all the staffers and people that brought this up as part of your campaign. Yeah. And look, I'm going to say that a lot of folks are coming out of the line and saying this is MAGA eating its own, Trump supporters eating their own, and that sort of thing. And I don't believe that's it. I believe that we are doing what the other side will not do, and call out a leader who I personally really like him, but when he does something I don't like, it is my right and is my obligation to call it out. It doesn't mean we have to be, entirely divided on everything. It definitely doesn't mean that he needs to come out like this and start bashing people, like saying, "Oh, you're just being sucked into a conspiracy and this that."
This is like from the left's playbook.
Yeah.
I mean, the talk about this right now is something I would expect from them. And
well, I think the problem I have with it all is that up until a few days ago, right? I mean, the list is on my desk.
That's it. Yes.
It's like, okay, wait a minute. So
on my desk, waiting for me to review.
Who's playing who here?
And now she's like, "Oh, I didn't mean the list. I meant the whole thing." It's like, okay, see, now when we get into this, Oh, no. No, this is not the way to go. Because for years, but even before this, we were told there was a list. Even before this.
Oh, yeah.
And now his attorney's coming out and saying, oh, no, there wasn't a list. It's like, dude, y'all told, there is.
So either they were, this was the point I made in my Continue Freedom episode, is either Pam Bondi was lying then or Pam Bondi is lying now. Either way, Pam Bondi lied to us, and I have a huge issue with that. I'm not saying that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we know politicians, and she's a politician like everybody else. They're gonna lie.
Yeah.
Let's take it like 5 steps further. Like, where are we with Kennedy?
See that? Yes. That
Where
too.
are we with P. Diddy? Come on.
P. Diddy's innocent. Didn't you hear?
So the Kennedy thing is odd to me because this is the stuff that we were waiting on. The P. Diddy stuff, Kennedy, and definitely Epstein. Like, more so Epstein and Kennedy. Like, let's be honest. All roads for Kennedy point to that it was.
We did it.
Yeah.
We did it.
And it's like, why did that was in the news one day and then haven't heard a darn word more about it?
No.
It's like, we just want to know, and like your point, we just want justice. That's it.
Well, and I think that, part of the problem, okay, yeah, he's done great things and he's doing great things.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say that I'm disappointed in is transparent. He is not.
Not right now. No.
And not for a while. I mean, what do you think that RFK Jr. knows what happened to RFK?
Or to JFK.
He absolutely knows.
I think I think he
Okay.
absolutely knows.
To JFK or to his
To his
I forgot
dad and
about
JFK. Both.
yeah.
yeah.
Right? Why,
I think
the
he knows.
family.
I think he knows.
So he knows.
Absolutely.
Why can't I know?
Yeah.
They're sitting on it. They're sitting on everything.
Yeah.
So the deep state is still the deep state. It's just different.
It's like, oh, we've released all the things that we have. No, you haven't. We know you haven't. Like, we know you. And it's not because we didn't get the answer that we know is there. We know that you're not releasing all the stuff.
Now, and they won't
No.
because we're not smart enough to deal with it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Is that we're too stupid to
We're
deal
too
with
stupid to deal
Because
with.
it would just tear everything apart. No, dude. I mean, like,
Even if some of the guys on the right, because this isn't about politics. I'll go ahead and say that I don't think this is about politics. In the way I view the whole Epstein thing, it's about justice, just like we were talking about. So if people on the right go down, good. If people on the left go down,
Oh, yeah,
good.
dude.
Is the whole system going to be absolutely churned up? Like the analogy I like to use is if you've ever been to a still bit of water or like to a creek or something like that, and you take a stick as a kid and you used to play in the mud, and then you churn it up enough and it turns the whole river muddy.
Yes.
That's kind of the thing, right? You got to stir it up, but eventually it settles back down, and that's fine. Like it's gonna churn. People are gonna go down who we would have seen as friendly, and that's okay because justice is more important.
why is go ahead.
But what if it's like 60 to 70% of congressmen?
Oh, I think it's more. I think it'd be more than that.
What if it's
It wouldn't shock me if it's more than that. No.
But I'm just saying, what if you look at this and go, everybody's gone. Nobody's here to make decisions. How are we going to run the country without anybody doing these things? I mean, what if it's something that is that egregious where you sit back and go, we're going to lose it all. All of it's gone.
Governors can appoint representatives temporarily until.
What if half the governors are on it?
I mean,
What if, there's so many what ifs
I
where
know.
you
I
sit
know.
back and go,
I know.
maybe it's so far reaching that for us to let this out would literally upend the entire country. But to your point, you let the mud settle. It will settle again.
And what a lot of people have on their mind, this makes it look like Trump is making it look like he's on the list,
Which he's not.
which I firmly 100% believe that he's not.
No, and not because I think he's such a good guy.
no.
It's because I don't think I think the things that you've seen with the interactions, the history with Epstein haven't been favorable.
No.
So he's not an Epsteinite. He's not somebody that's flying there like the Clintons. Did I just say that? Allegedly.
He said allegedly.
Allegedly.
Well, and I think also, Trump is. People have talked about it. Tucker Carlson said it. Although Tucker Carlson, I've had some recent
yeah,
issues.
that's
Gone kind of
that's-
railish. He's kind of
It's good. That's something that's dividing us, the party quite a bit, is the whole Israel thing. But nonetheless, they say he's not that type of a creepy dude. But he could say this is going to be politically damaging because we know that the left will say on the list or on the flight log is the same as guilty, and that's not the case.
Correct. Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that are going to be on the list who had nothing to do with it.
Right.
Correct.
So the flight log, you could fly over there, which I think Trump actually might be on the flight log. But you can fly over there, realize what the heck's going on, and be like, okay, I'm never coming back here.
Or you could probably go there, and there were probably things that had absolutely nothing to do with the freaky stuff, and you just went there, whatever cocktail party, and you turn around and leave, and you're on the flight log, but that in and of itself implicates you in the court of public opinion as being guilty.
Right.
So he's maybe trying to avoid that for who knows who.
I think I don't, like everybody else, I don't think so. They would have, if he was, they would have let that be known.
But don't call it a hoax. Because that is the furthest thing from the truth. But side point of the whole list being brought out or not, it's not a hoax. Like, we know this happened.
Yeah.
So,
well, I think, he can do everything. He can go to war.
yeah.
It's not going to change the fact that the American people want to know about this.
This is not, I hate to, surely somebody has told him, hey, sir, this is not going away. Because it's not going away. This is,
No.
more people are more invested now.
Yeah, actually.
Since
now that it's, a hoax, or now that it's a whatever, everybody's like, no, you see, here's the thing. We're not that stupid.
Yep.
We are not that stupid.
I'll tell you what else this does is even if they give us all, they say here's all the stuff. Nobody at this point is going to believe it's all the stuff, even if it actually is.
Yeah, because they've been so wishy-washy on the whole thing.
Right. So you've created this little web of deception, and you're further ruining the government's credibility, which it should be bad anyway. We were a country formed to entirely distrust the government. That's why our Constitution is written the way that it is.
Correct.
Here's sorry.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say that we've now put a lot of faith, usually on one side of the political, have put a lot of faith in the federal government. We've talked about it before because they've replaced God with government.
They give me everything I need.
Right. They give me everything I need. I get my check every month. I get a phone. I get all that good stuff. But we've always had inherent distrust in the federal government. And I don't know how, honestly, I will say I don't know how they are going to show us any information now and have it be entirely credible, believable, whatever.
They can't.
So,
I mean, on anything. Literally anything.
Here's what should have happened. Well, it's easy for me to say, but here's what we all wanted to happen. And I think if this would have happened, this would have cemented him as one of top 3 presidents ever. In the first 100 days, if he released everything, Epstein and Kennedy, everything, be like, I promise this, here it is.
But up until now, it's like he did what he said he's going to do.
Yeah.
Kudos to him. He's one of those. He's one of the good guys until now, and it has to make you wonder.
It's so weird.
It has to make you wonder because his track record is, I'm going to do what I said I was going to do.
Yep.
And then
He's done more than any other president.
these two things, for some reason, we're not getting clarity on. And I have a feeling it's either something that is so big that they are figuring out how to deal with the fallout, or he's holding it in his playbook. And I think it's the latter. I think because he is the master negotiator.
Alex Jones came out and said, which I have mixed feelings on Alex, but Alex Jones came out and said that he's holding it to get his, I may have sent it, but holding it to
Get his agenda.
Yeah, made a deal with the Democrats, said, okay, I won't say anything about this, but if y'all buck me once on anything, I'm letting this thing out.
Yeah, I would let it out.
I would too,
Because here's the thing. If you do, they're all gone.
Yeah.
Their party is in such shambles anyway. Imagine if the list came out.
Yeah.
but you know what that says? That says that him getting, again, this is part of his agenda.
I know what
it's him getting the part of his agenda that he cares most about through over what his supporters actually want.
Absolutely.
And that's not okay.
And that's not okay.
No.
It's just not okay.
No.
If that's the case, again, we're speculating on that one. But I I don't know, Ghislaine Maxwell, she might do it.
Yeah.
She did you see her 60 Minutes thing?
Well, they put a gag order on her, right? Already?
I saw where she said that she is up to telling everything, and the news is saying, "Oh, House Republicans have blocked it." Well, okay, they blocked that whole thing the Democrats came up with because they started throwing in stuff that Republicans don't want.
Right.
So they can't, like, it was, I don't know, it was some bill or something.
So yeah, it was, and I was going to find the notes on that one. So the report that came out was the House GOP voted against the release of the Epstein files. Now there's already the waters being muddied. Marjorie Taylor Greene came out and said no, it was a procedural vote, and they didn't want to vote to give, I forget what it was, how she worded it. I've got the video, I could play it. But they were really just voting against Democrats having additional authority during the process.
Yes.
But the way it got pitched by everybody was, they're voting against the Epstein files.
Yeah. No.
And this is by the way, this was written by Post Millennial, who is one of the ones everybody knows I go to all the time.
Yeah.
So it was, I think they kind of bit off on some of that. Do you want me to play this video, this
Can.
Ghislaine Maxwell video?
Absolutely.
Let's play it here.
Dead. I believe that he was murdered. Well, shocked. And I wondered how it had happened. Because as far as I was concerned, he was going to... I was sure he was going to appeal. And I was sure that he was covered under the non-prosecution agreement.
Yeah.
But I wasn't in the indictment. So I wasn't mentioned. I wasn't even one of the co-conspirators. I believe that he was murdered.
She has no shame, she has no heart, she has no conscience.
For Virginia Giuffre and survivors like her, there is no disputing the facts. As the court found, Ghislaine Maxwell procured underage girls for
Virginia
Jeffrey
Giuffre
Epstein.
is
She
no
groomed
longer
them,
with us.
sexually
Exactly,
abused
yeah.
and trafficked them. In many ways, some say, she was even worse than the despicable Epstein.
I don't mean to sound sexist in any way, shape, or form, but I expected it from a man, but I didn't expect it from a woman. And, yeah, I think that's what hurts the most.
So she's unalive.
What do you make of Ghislaine
Correct.
Maxwell's decision to speak from jail like this?
It wasn't a surprise. It wasn't a surprise because it gives her still that feeling that she's in control, even behind bars. And I think she's doing it for attention.
So this is the thing. If she does, because that was from an older expose. Virginia Giuffre is no longer here.
Yeah.
And there was even people like Megyn Kelly and other folks have always approached her, which as well I think we should, that she was notorious for disinformation, for being dishonest in the things that she was saying. She had multiple, half-truths and untruths that she was spreading around. But Ghislaine Maxwell, this is kind of how everybody's pushed back. Okay, if she does actually come in front of Congress, which she said she was going to do, what kind of credibility is she actually going to have?
Right.
So that continues the deception, right? The people
Oh, yeah.
say, Ghislaine Maxwell's going to speak out. Yeah,
None of them are going to jail because her credibility is in question.
right.
Yeah, because they can. It's something with, I guess credibility of the witness is basically what the
Yeah. So I mean, you got you never trust a person who cries wolf, right? Which is what she's made her whole life doing.
yeah.
So, I think the problem we have is that we are never going to know.
The right has backed themselves into a corner with this, though,
Yeah.
because now it's so easy for the Democrats to say, you know what? Now we're going to start saying, release the files. Why don't y'all release them?
Yeah.
Just do it.
That's right. Or the next Democratic presidential
Yes.
hopeful is going
Yeah.
to be like, I'm going to release the files.
It's like, well, y'all aren't releasing them. There's some. What are y'all hiding exactly?
Unless this is so damning that nobody says a word about it from now on, which I would say would be a big old red flag that the Democrats aren't saying we're going to release the files, that they don't say anything about it now, because that tells me that if they're not going to use this in their playbook, it's because they're a big part of the files that aren't getting released, right? Whoever's in there that they want to protect. And
An interesting individual that celebrity that came out and said and was so adamant about releasing him, Kevin Spacey. That was interesting. It's like, whoa.
Well, right. Because think about hurting people hurt people.
Yeah.
So he is done.
Yeah.
And what he's saying is, I want the rest of them with me.
I got you. I understand.
Misery
Misery loves company.
I understand that.
Right.
I got it.
He's like, you know what? I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. Release the files.
understand
Release
that.
the files.
I get it. Okay.
So they're all with me. And then all these people that we've put up on pedestals for the last 2 decades are going to burn, and we get to watch them. And Kevin Spacey's not so bad after all, right? It takes the heat off of him. It'll take the heat off of P. Diddy, who's innocent, by the way.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
What a mess.
gracious.
What a mess.
It's insane.
You know, I think one of you guys sent it to me. Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah, that was me.
Was that
Yeah, it
you?
was you.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, she came out and said, where was it? Here it is, Tulsi Gabbard. That, and she's the one, by the way. Somebody, I forget who it was. They made a very valid point that we're and I'm doing it too, screaming and hollering at Kash Patel and Dan Bongino and Pam Bondi, and they said, look, if he is, which they believe he had international influence, who he was influenced by, nobody knows, but his operation spanned more than just the United States.
Yes.
Which is where the FBI and Pam Bondi and everybody would have more influence. This person, Tulsi Gabbard, is going to have more information, should have more information than any of those folks.
Yes, she should.
Because, you know, the rumor is, and the connections are there, you know, Ghislaine Maxwell's father was Mossad. And then there's Ghislaine Maxwell, and then obviously tied directly to Jeffrey Epstein. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Is it feasible that Mossad was running agents like that? I think that it's entirely possible. But before the anti-Semites come out and start whooping and hollering about it, this is what we've
They were creating beepers.
right.
Oh, yes.
You don't think yeah.
Right.
I mean,
So it's like more than one thing can be true, but that doesn't. People just use that when they start saying Mossad, it goes straight from Mossad to the Jews. Like that's what people do.
Yeah, but I mean,
anti-Semites
just
jump
pause for a second. We can, you anti-Semitics, bear with me. Hear my heart. You can blame them all you want, but nobody forced anybody to go to the island.
That is very true. That's
So
very
the
true.
opportunity that was presented might have been presented as a Mossad thing, but nobody said you have to get on this plane. They willingly did it. So
But you know, yeah. I
whose
that's,
fault is it?
That's true, but a foreign intel agency having involvement, and I'm not saying that it's true. And that's where the waters get so muddy.
Oh my
And
gosh, Jared, you're just saying that the Jews are evil.
that's not.
But somehow people have adopted that mindset.
Oh, I've seen it all over
Holy
I've seen
moly.
it all over Instagram and everywhere.
I mean, that
you
is
just sit back
running-
and go,
that's
if that's you, if you're feeling that way, you need to check your brain at the door or so. I don't know what
I mean,
to,
that has exploded.
it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And people are really like, it's the Jews. No, Mossad isn't the Jews.
Right.
How about like the Israeli government
Exactly.
isn't the Jews?
Exactly.
It's like saying that the Iranian people all need to die.
Like,
Right.
if you need, like, if you're going to talk about that, you better say, like, specify who you're talking about. Say the Israeli government.
Why don't you just say the person in the Israeli government?
Yeah.
Because they're not all bad either.
Right.
Right? So I mean, it's like you got to sit back and
got
go,
you.
hey, be specific. Can you be more specific, please?
When you
'Cause
say
that's
Jews, it's like, oh my gosh, dude, right?
men, that's what you're saying, men, all men.
Yes.
Well, and you'd have to make the same argument that because the CIA is this deeply rotten intelligence agency,
Right.
or the NSA, that it's America it's Americans,
Right. It's
or Christian Americans, Christian patriots, or whatever, because
Yeah.
we're a Christian nation, technically speaking.
Yeah,
You can't draw those types of lines, and it's
No.
the same thing there. It's a corrupted intel agency. Fine, call it that, but
And what's funny is every country has one, right?
Oh, yeah.
Some are better. Some are better than others. I mean, Mossad is better than we are. I believe that. There's no way that we could pull off making beepers after we made the cell phones that would explode in our enemy's hands, and then go. You know what they're going to do? They're going to go to pagers.
Yeah.
Let's create pagers and pen and paper. Let's create, let's go ahead and load all the stenos with like explosives. The
Yeah.
pens. Put explosive in pens. Bic.
Yes.
Like this is how the reach went. It was just like, wow. So of course it could be the deep state. It could be Mossad. It could be our deep state with Mossad. It could be a whole host of different things. I keep coming back to this in my own life, right? No matter how you're there, you're there. So we can go back and try to figure out how it happened and who was wrong, or just deal with the fact that it was wrong.
Yeah.
And we want to know who was involved, because again, here we go. We have a list of people who said yes. It doesn't matter how it came to be. What matters is they said yes.
Yeah.
I watched a documentary with my brother-in-law, JD, who was on a couple weeks ago now, right?
Yeah, it's like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, where we were in Beirut, it looked like we were talking.
It looks like a hostage video, but
Yeah.
we made it happen anyway.
So,
It's like Trey Yingst on Fox
yeah.
from Israel.
Yeah, with the wind and the palm tree in the background. I felt very tropical. But we watched a documentary on a gentleman who discovered a bag of cocaine on a beach in Puerto Rico. Okay. So he took the bag and he buried it.
Oh, I was going to sell it, but okay.
Well, he buried it instead. He buried it.
Yeah.
He moved back to Florida
Okay.
and he told his neighbors about it. Well, his neighbor owned a big construction firm, and during the housing bubble, they were having trouble. So his neighbor decides that he's going to fly down there and he's going to try to dig up this bag of cocaine and sell it, because he needed millions of dollars,
Yeah.
right? So this is what he goes down, he tries to find it, can't find it. So he comes back, and one of his contact people that he has contacted about selling drugs is with the FBI and ATF and everything else, right? And so this guy says to him, well, I'll go down and dig it up. And if I go dig it up, then I'm going to go ahead and I'll keep half of it or whatever it was, right? And he says, oh, okay, great. So the guy the construction owner guy never called this guy back. This guy was hounding him like, I'll go down and get it. I'll go down and get it. And so he comes back with this bag of cocaine, and the construction guy goes to get his 3 bricks or whatever was left of the cocaine, and they nailed him, put him in prison for trying to sell and distribute cocaine. So it was entrapment in a sense, right?
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Yep.
But they didn't view it that way.
Well, it's like the Gretchen Whitmer case. The people that they found,
Yes.
it was entrapment, and they took them all the way up to these are people that, like, guys that were saying, this is a stupid idea. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
Right.
Yeah.
They did everything but walk them up to her house. I mean, basically.
Right.
And they were trying to arrest him. And I think they got off. I think they got off the hook. But yeah, they're corrupted. They're
Barely, right?
barely, yeah.
But in this case, the opportunity presented itself, and these people said yes. Knowing it was wrong, knowing it wasn't the right thing to do, they did something that was disgusting and wrong.
Yeah.
And it was all about their... And of course, I'm guaranteeing in the Washington, D.C. circle, with that kind of arrogance, that kind of pride, that kind of narcissism that half of these politicians that they exhibit on stage and off stage, you don't think Adam Schiff did that? You want to talk about arrogance?
Boy, Adam may be in a little bit of trouble.
A little bit of mortgage fraud trouble.
Little bit.
Yep, just a little. And good.
Man.
Good. Look into all of them, because I guarantee they're all doing something like that, you know? So
Let me get there's Zach on Facebook. Zacchaeus Dukes had a question. It's pretty obvious answer. Did Epstein commit?
did he commit Harry Carey?
Yeah. And
No.
absolutely not, sir. Well,
No, in fact,
can I say that 100%? 99.9%.
did I send you the video of they found the video, the missing minute. Did I send that to you guys?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they said, "Oh, that's in all the videos around all the." And I'm like,
No, you could actually see the person.
Yeah, did
went
I
in?
send that to you?
Oh,
I'm gonna see
Yeah,
if I can. I'm gonna see if I can pull
dude,
that
I didn't.
up.
crazy.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, this is the weirdest. I think
Here,
probably one
I've
of.
got I've got
What
this
the-
one.
Oh yeah, that's is that one of the missing minutes?
That's that. That's
oh
the
that one. Yeah, yeah,
that's the missing minute.
That'd be
right
something,
here.
wouldn't it?
yeah.
Here, we can use this one. I mean, there's a couple of missing minutes.
That's hilarious.
Speaking of which,
of
he is also in a little bit of trouble.
Bill Gates.
Yep, they are. I got to remember if it's Denmark or one of those Northlandish countries are taking him to court
Seriously.
over COVID.
Wow.
So they're
Wait,
gonna
say that again. Sorry, I was switching.
they're gonna try to get they're trying to hold Bill Gates accountable for some of the coronavirus mess
Oh, good.
in like Denmark or something.
Yeah.
which just means he won't go there anymore.
Yeah.
He'll
yeah,
sell the farmland he owns there and
Yeah.
never step foot there again. So, but the Tulsi Gabbard thing, it does make you think. When she's saying the deep state is fighting us every step of the way, right? That in a sense, you sit back and go, who are these people that have the audacity to fight? They're part of the government, and they're fighting the government every step of the way.
I had people that I worked with, and not that they were, well, I wouldn't call them deep staters, but when people have I was a 9/11 era military guy, and coming up, we had this hero status, for all of our soldiers, everybody who was deploying, and the opposite of what they saw during Vietnam, where people were getting spit on. We were getting cheers walking through the airport.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was wild. It was almost as if you're a veteran, you can do no wrong.
Right.
Or if you're in the military, you can do no wrong. And I saved the posts of one of my battalion commanders, and I screenshot him. This guy was a rabid anti-Trump and anti-Trump supporter individual. His social media was filled with stuff. And this is a guy who commanded a battalion in Southwest Virginia.
Okay.
Full of Trump supporters, like
Oh, yeah.
98%
Yeah.
Trump
Yeah.
supporters. And
Yeah.
yet he posted, and his wife both, because they were both in the military, posted all this trash about how much they hated Trump and Trump supporters. And it's like, well, you're commanding whatever. It was a small battalion, but however many soldiers we had, it was like 150 or something like that. And so, yeah, those types of people, he existed near D.C. That's where he lived. And they get into those circles, and they can be just as easily brainwashed, in particular in the reserves, but I'm sure there's some on active duty. But you get into these government jobs, and I would go into it even, up until the very last moment that I was in the reserves. You'd go into the headquarters, and what's the only thing that you can play in the headquarters? CNN, baby. CNN.
Really?
Rolling all the time. Yep.
Wow.
Fox News is partisan. We got to be bipartisan, so we're going to play CNN.
Okay. Yes,
the-
that makes
that kind of nonsense.
That makes sense.
So, yeah, deep, and then the age of the career politicians. That's why I believe that the federal unions and all that stuff, do away with them. It should be just like in Tennessee, you can fire somebody for any reason.
Yeah, it's an at-will state.
It's an at-will state, exactly. And I think that the federal government, it's perfectly fine to have the same.
Yeah, and I will say
criteria.
that the Supreme Court basically upheld him on that, right? Like, yeah, you can fire whoever you want.
Yeah.
And that just happened this week, didn't it? Or
Oh, did it?
yeah.
I didn't see
Where-
that. So
Where they're like, yeah, he's within his rights to do so.
Yeah.
And which we all knew. And
yeah.
and I think, overall, yeah, like you said at the beginning, glowing reviews. He's done what he said he was going to do. And there's people that are so livid about the border and what's going on in LA, and they're bringing the military in and blah 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 blah. Good.
Yeah.
Because the overwhelming majority of the American citizens say we want them out.
Yeah. And I don't know why it is so hard for the left to believe, or maybe the far left, but I don't know why it's so hard for them to believe or to get through their head. It's like they came here illegally. Like, there's people that spend years becoming citizens of this country that it really should be easier for them, but like spend years, and they did all this blood and sweat, sweat and tears, and these people just get to like automatically just come right across. Such a slap in the face to the people that have done it the right way and that actually want to be here.
But have you noticed,
voted
here's
as
the other
assimilation.
half.
Yeah.
Here's the other half of this equation, though. So getting back to Epstein, we're all just just disappointed. There hasn't been hardly a peep about Manuel going back to Venezuela or any of them since this happened. So we have all this unrest and upheaval. People just angry that they're embezzled people, or the people that are here illegally, they're drug lord, whatever, that they're getting sent back, that they're getting kicked out. And then this happens and we're silent on that front. It amazes me how quick we can change from one thing to another in this country, where we've basically forgotten about the immigration thing for a minute, because it was getting pretty heated.
Yeah.
Now we're on to something that nobody's going to riot in the streets about, because the right doesn't riot. The ones that want this to come out are not going to go out and riot and picket and burn cars and set dumpsters on fire.
No.
We're not going to wave any flags on top of burning vehicles. We're just going to be quiet and sit there and take it. Right?
It's a valid point. That's why they...
Or possibly not go out to vote in next year, or depending on how it goes.
Oh, I think there's gonna be things coming out.
There has to.
There will be. But I'm just saying, maybe this was all to get America back on track and on the rails, because immigration and the enforcement of the immigration laws isn't stopping.
No.
They're still taking them out. They're still going in and getting people. But now the country's attention is focused on something else that's a little more peaceable. So we're not going to have riots in the street. We're not going to have to call the National Guard out and spend millions of dollars to try to corral horses, and it's like, this is just going to be easier. Let's say that doesn't exist. It's going to quiet everybody down, right? And here's the thing. I wonder, because of our deductive reasoning and the deterioration of deductive reasoning since the invention of the cell phone, and I think I've even shared this with you, AI now, ChatGPT, has incredibly impacted society already.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
And we've got some numbers that are absolutely shocking. We never use the full potential of our brain, obviously. My wife didn't. We know that, right? So 83% of people who use ChatGPT to write couldn't remember anything they wrote just minutes later. Only 11% forgot when they used Google or their own brain. Keep going, because it gets better. Brain scans told a terrifying story. Neural connections crashed from 79% or 79 to just 42, a 42% or 47% collapse. If your laptop lost half its power, you would probably throw it out. And that's what's happening inside our brains with heavy ChatGPT users. The human brain, when left to think for itself, fires on all cylinders. In contrast, LLM-assisted writing risks leaving that engine idle. Go one more, because
LLM being language learning models.
Yeah.
Yep.
At Oregon State, students who used ChatGPT just to brainstorm but wrote in their own words produced more creative work than those who didn't use AI. There's a benefit. But in Canada, 2 large studies showed a darker side. People were more creative with AI, but a week later, without it, they performed worse than they did before, because they are not using their brain to the potential they can use it to. So,
and there's more. Yeah, we don't have to.
We don't have to. Yeah. It literally is like, and they use the word muscle atrophy here in this. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
When we, as a society, have stopped using our function, that function diminishes.
Yeah.
And so you think about how easy it is right now for them to manipulate, especially millennials, especially the young generations, where they go, oh, I don't know. I'm just going to do whatever this guy says. I mean, Joe Rogan won the election.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because they listen to who they listen to.
Yep.
And so I'm going to vote for, because that's who he's voting
Oh, yeah.
for. I have no idea who this guy is, but we'll go ahead and give him a pass. You know, you've got a full-on socialist running for the mayor in New York City, right?
Golly, dude, yeah.
And
Yeah.
and what's funny is half the Democrats are totally against it, and half are like, AOC's like, yeah, I'm totally on board. And it's like, wait a minute.
And the thing is about that today is he had a meeting with top people on the Democratic side, and they put thick like the brown paper that you use for I don't know, for wrapping stuff in a box.
Oh, like Amazon.
Yeah, like the thick brown paper. They put that over the windows so nobody could see in.
Did they at least paint an
It's
American flag on it? Or
And like when he left out a back door, and it was such like this secretive thing. Like they changed locations at the last minute, and it's like, dude, what are?
I think it's the choreographed politics, right? It's same thing with AOC. AOC was part of a casting call.
Totally.
They found this person, and we can get this person into office that's going to be malleable or whatever. And so you put an ideologue, who's a socialist like AOC or any of the others, and it's somebody you can twist and contort and manipulate. This is the one about Omar Fatah. It's his buddy. I guess they're buddy from back in the day. Also running in Minneapolis.
he'll probably get it because Minneapolis.
Because that's also where Ilhan Omar is, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have the call to prayer every,
Really?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and he said, I'm serving my people, my people of Somalia is where, because that's what he was born in America.
Dude, that's crazy.
But his family came from Somalia, and they still see themselves as Somalian. And that's what you were kind of dovetails back to what you were talking about before with assimilation. That's why we have assimilation. You can't swear allegiance to two countries.
Right.
When you come here, sorry, you can say I'm from Germany, but you ain't a German anymore, you're American. You can say I'm from Somalia, but I'm an American.
Like if you...
But this guy, I mean, first of all, look at him. He's a child. He looks like a child.
He really looks like it, yeah.
He looks like a child.
Yeah.
Who's able to grow facial hair, kind of.
Yeah.
But, Mom Donnie is... Oh, what was it? Shoot, that thought just left my mind. Dang. But anyway, it's
I think he's as pure of a socialist as we've ever had run for office.
he said he doesn't want billionaires.
Right? He
doesn't like. He's completely against capitalism. Mm-hmm. It's like
taking over the means of production, the grocery stores. He wants Soviet era grocery stores.
I know what I was going to say. Yeah, that. And then he said, he's a proponent of globalize the intifada? Is that what the term is? Okay. And now he's not denouncing it. He's just saying that he won't say it on the campaign trail, and he's urging others not to.
Well,
But you won't denounce it.
No, but he's not saying it, and he's urging others not to. And that is mighty American of him. And I think
that
I appreciate that. My question to these two though is: so you're going to control? How exactly are you going to say to Publix you can't be in my city? How are you going to say
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
Mm-mm. All you have to do is say we're giving another alternative, which is not based on a profit motive, which is how he says it and how every other socialist says it. We're grocery stores. We can give groceries or sell groceries at deeply reduced prices because it's subsidized by the taxpayers, and Publix can't compete. So Publix just says, well, we're out. And the only way that a grocery store like that doesn't make it over the capitalist one is that basically people say, I'm not shopping at a socialist grocery store.
Right.
But when you get cheap and it's probably going to be subpar produce, but they say things are expensive.
Yeah.
We're in a time of inflation.
Yeah.
I've got to do it because I can get red meat over here for $3.99 a pound.
Even if it's engineered, it's still $3.99 a pound.
Yes. Right.
Comes from cancer cells.
Right.
Yep.
They mass produce it,
Right.
but it's $3.99 a pound. I don't know if it will work. I mean, that's the whole point. I look at it and go, I'm still going to Publix because I wouldn't shop. And there's a lot of Americans who'd just be like, no, I'm not going there.
Yeah.
I don't care if I'm paying 75% more for my groceries. I will not step foot into that kind of an environment.
Yep.
But you won't have an option.
Well,
Because Publix is a profit motive.
But Publix, we would keep Publix in business.
if enough of us do it.
Yes.
But the problem is if they're getting slimmer and slimmer margins, they're going to have to fire a ton of people. They can't keep it open. They can't keep it safe in a place like New York. They can't meet the regulatory burdens. Like, they're going to shut it down. They say this is just not worth it. It's like what they did in California.
But then what happens in 4 years?
Well, then
I mean, that's the whole.
But that's the process of socialism and communism.
Yeah.
Is they would say, we're just offering another solution that's cheaper food for the people who just can't afford it.
Yeah.
And
We already have that.
right. And so they say, well, you just come into our store. Eventually, the other folks say, well, they've bled off 30% of our customer base because 30% of the people are living below the poverty line, or
Yeah.
30% of the people don't have the money to shop in the.
You know what they're going to do? You know what they're going to do? This just came to me. This must be the Holy Spirit. They're going to allow people to purchase junk food and probably have a nail salon and let them get their nails done on their EBT cards. Their
Oh yeah.
yeah. You know how the government
yeah.
shut that down, right? You're
Yes.
not. Which hello. I mean,
Well, what I was going to say is eventually those capitalist stores
Yeah.
shut down. The only option you have is the one subsidized by the taxpayers. And then they start experiencing shortages. They start running low on money. And that's when you get the empty shelves, or you got one type of beef. You ain't buying steak. You ain't buying brisket.
Right.
You're going to buy
Right.
ground beef. And we had to jack up the price a bit because we're subsidizing this. And now, well, you were paying $2.99 a pound. Now you're going to have to pay $3.99 a pound. They say, well, for $4.99 a pound, I could get better quality ground beef when the other store's here. Well, sorry, you don't have the other store. You got to shop in this one. And then that's how it.
that's how it would work.
Yeah.
But I guess my point is, all right, so Publix nationwide, right? Or not nationwide, but they're a lot of places.
Love Publix.
Might be nationwide.
Yeah.
You know, but you look at Trader Joe's, all these different supermarkets. If they were to stay in New York, some of them might stay in New York despite their profit loss, just because they can afford it. This is not a mom and pop grocery store. This is a national chain who's going to say, you know what? You can go ahead and offer your socialist stuff. We're staying open because in 4 years, the long game, we're going to be the last one standing. This is all going to fall apart because the minute that a Republican or a conservative gets elected in New York, there's a part of me that goes, I want him elected.
That if they're in business, if they have a little bit of care about the customer, a little over what their profit is my thinking. Like if they can back off of the, oh, we just profit. If they can back off that a little bit, I could see them staying. But these places are so like,
Profit.
I mean, profit is it. That's it. Like, are we making a profit? Yes, no. If not,
But that's the thing. It's a business.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So they have to. And what I would say is, if New York does elect this guy, and he implements publicly owned grocery stores, if I were Publix, I would shut down every store and sell it to New York and say, here you go. We can't compete with it. So everybody, this is what y'all wanted. Well,
I guess there's that, right?
Because
this is what you wanted.
this is what you wanted, and we can't make a profit here.
Yeah.
We are a business. We're not a charity.
Yeah. So in a sense, what you're saying is, really what you're saying is, if you're in New York and you're voting to keep your Publix, you just need to leave New York.
Right.
Sorry.
Because they can sell plenty of food in Middle America. Middle America will they'll actually come out. You go to Red Country, which is most of the country.
Right.
They're going to come out in strong support of a Publix or of an Aldi or whatever. Yeah.
And I'll tell you, I think here's what I think. When this first started, when he first came out, because to me right now, he is one of the most dangerous people in the country.
You think so?
Yes, because of how fast he is rising in popularity.
I think
I think New York is gonna vote him in.
I don't.
You really not?
No. And being somebody that lived there for a long time,
Yes.
they're not gonna. And I think he's a flavor of the week.
Okay.
I think he's going to be gone.
I hope
tomorrow.
so. I really
he's
hope
gonna
so.
run. He's going to have a campaign. Everything else, stuff's going to start coming out, and you'll see he's going to go down in flames. He's going to go
I
down
hope
in
so.
flames. I don't believe they will elect him because of how openly socialist he is. Imagine. I mean, he's talking about completely upending everything in New York.
Are there enough sane people
Yes.
Okay.
He's talking about rent control.
Yeah.
Those people
Oh, yeah.
live there.
Yeah.
Those people that are controlling the rent, they live there. And they're going to go, hey, wait a minute. So you've lost a lot of people who own properties, and they're not all in the Hamptons. A lot of them are. A lot of them are wherever they are, But the minute you start talking rent control is the minute that people go, wait a minute. The money is going to dry up unless Soros does what Soros normally does.
Yeah.
But the big money is not for rent control. The big money is for making money. The big money is not for controlling the food distribution and getting rid of supermarkets. The big money that he's basically saying no to all the people that would donate to him.
I would worry about him spinning it. I don't know. It just concerns me for New York City, because I'm just concerned about him spinning it to make, because he's a smooth talker with this stuff.
I don't think it has anything to do with politics.
I really hope you're
I
right.
think it has everything to do everything.
I'd love to see New York City I would love to actually want to go.
Yeah, I would. It has everything to do
because you were there when in a good, pretty decent little.
It's a great season.
Yeah,
yeah, but this has everything to do with religion.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's getting the Islamic vote. No matter what he says or does, he's going to get the Islamic vote.
Yep.
And so is Mom Donnie is going to get the Islamic vote, and he'll probably win mayor of Minneapolis. And I would get out of Minneapolis, and I've got friends that still live there.
Oh yeah, the dude on the left. Yeah,
Talking about Fatah.
Yeah, Fatah.
Omar.
Sorry,
wouldn't shock. Yeah, it wouldn't shock me if he wins.
So you end up with the Islamic vote, and then you end up with the millennial,
Hey, this is something new.
Yeah,
cool.
yes, yay,
yes,
look at us go. It's equality. It's this, that, and the other thing. Mom and dad will pay for it.
Yep.
That's who you end up with the vote. And then you have the people that have lived in New York forever who go, no.
Yeah.
No. So I don't think that he's going to be around long. I'm speaking this, and I've been wrong before, but in this case, I think it's going to be like, this is somebody that's been groomed. This is somebody that has been, this is all part of the Muslim agenda. Look at what they're doing in London. Look at what they're doing in Paris. Look at what they're doing in, everywhere they go, they're going to get into power politically because this is part of their agenda. This is their manifesto. This is what they want to do. 10% of the population, and they're going to try to control 90% of the activity, right?
London got taken over quick.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so fast.
Yeah. If he even has a sneeze of a chance, New York will fall quick.
If he gets elected, New York is done.
And it might be the best thing for this nation.
Could be.
I'm gonna push back on something you said. You said that he was the most dangerous man.
One of. Yes.
I believe this is the most dangerous man.
Good Lord.
Especially now that Shawn Ryan gave him a gun. That's
right.
There's my joke. Yeah. That's the only one I got.
Very well played.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
You know what's
talk about the two-faced. It is unbelievable the dance that he is walking,
dude.
and he's a master at tightrope walking.
The most interesting thing he said. I've just seen like little clips of it, but the most interesting thing he said, where I was like, dude, see, this is stupid. This is ridiculous. When Shawn Ryan asked him about, procedures for young kids to change, all that stuff. He goes, hey, look, I've got a 9-year-old daughter. He said, I get it. I mean, I wouldn't want her to do that. I'm like, but you don't care. I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
Yeah.
I just don't.
I've got a 9-year-old daughter. I get it, except I don't care about your 9-year-old daughter.
I know a bunch of bros are watching this.
Yeah.
That might say, "Oh, he's not that bad."
Right.
That's why I used all the language. It was just,
he's very well groomed.
He's a chameleon.
Dude,
I forget who I was listening to. They said this guy will sit and lie straight to your face.
Oh, yeah.
And his pulse doesn't change. His nothing, no mannerisms change. Not the slightest hint of sweat. He can just sit there and smoothly.
That lady in the fires that ran up to him when he was at the car. That was like,
call the president.
Call him right now.
Call him now. Call him now.
Yeah,
that lady. Yeah, and he didn't. Well, that's because he's half serpent.
Ah, yeah. There you go.
Right. Totally. nailed it. He's part of the serpent seed. He's part of the serpent seed. Okay, what else we got this week? Which is yeah, a little, big, not big in the Christian circles. It's a little big in the evangelical world. It's a little big in the Jewish world. It might be a little big, and that is burning a red heifer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, buddy. We didn't hear a whole lot about that for a long time.
No.
And then now.
Well, they only had 4 or 5, 6, whatever it was, but there he is. That is a bunch of bull right there.
So they did they are doing the rehearsal.
So here's the deal. I've seen this all over the internet. Okay. Yes, they're kind of doing the rehearsal. This is an evangelical group that is doing the rehearsal by using one of the blemished red heifers. So it's not actually, I don't think, anyway, that this is the...
No, I don't think this. No.
So, but I will say this about that whole deal. It has to happen soon.
Yeah.
Or they got to find another red heifer.
Yes.
Because they're aging out.
Yeah.
So
oh, yeah.
we are talking within the next few months. It has to happen.
You have to be less than 2. Is that right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
So it is, right? Less than 2.
I think that's what it is.
And well, I'm just trying to go, when did we start talking about this on air? Like probably 2 years?
God, it's close, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really close.
Congratulations. We did it. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful image of a red heifer on fire in Israel.
It's pretty black heifer right now.
Yeah, he is actually. They said he was red, but I don't see it. So, there's a lot of people. There's just a whole lot of things that are popping up more and more now. And
3, by the way. 3 years old.
3 years.
Oh, is it 3? Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
but not older than 4.
There is an awful lot on my feeds, somehow on my algorithms. It has gotten me, and if it's happening to me, it's happening to everybody. That this whole idea of the temple being built, the rapture, this stuff is not true. This has already happened. I want to talk just a minute about this because it really grinds me that there is a group, a theological idea or ideology that says that when the temple was destroyed in 70 AD, that was it. And that right now there's a kingdom now. We've talked about this. We had Briscoe on about this, and he needs to come back soon.
He's a doctor. He's busy, though.
Yeah. Dr. Electric. If this is, to those people out there that listen to go, yeah, Christ already came back. We are now, the kingdom on earth is now. This is not, just so you know, this is not the millennial reign of Christ.
No.
Number one, he's not here.
Yep. It's true.
So that kind of dissuades that argument that this has already happened, that there is no rapture, that there is no, it's like, no, see, he's not here. Not here. And the things that we see scripturally that need to be fulfilled, that have not been fulfilled, it happens kind of in a chronological order. And what we don't get is that you can't talk about Israel becoming a nation and base your prophetic interpretation off of something that never happened. There's a lot of people that go, well, I guess here's the best way to put it. If I was born in the 1800s and studied the word in the 1800s, and I would look at prophecy and the voice of prophecy in the 1800s, and at any minute Jesus can come back, because you can ascribe anything to the return. Oh, they're not taking an earthquake. We had an earthquake.
Alaska had a huge one today.
Yeah.
7.3.
Yeah. I saw somewhere where
tsunami warning.
The seismic activity in Yellowstone is like off the charts right now. Yeah, and that's supposed to have one of the biggest volcanoes in the world.
Oh yeah, that's the one where they said they're seeing all those livestock, or not livestock.
Dang, buffalo is like just walking into a geyser getting.
Oh, I saw that.
I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, but he jumped out. He was fine.
Oh,
I mean, maybe.
He died.
No,
Did he die?
the one you're talking about was like there's buffalo or bears.
Oh, okay.
Like
Oh, but
bears
that,
walking
I
in
think that
packs.
was all AI.
You think so?
Yes, I do. I think that
that's-
was
God,
all
we don't
AI.
know what the we don't know what AI.
I only looked at it
it's
briefly.
not.
I can generally tell which one's
Yeah.
AI, so I don't know if it was or
Yeah,
not.
it's all. And the reason I say that is because they had a herd of like mountain lions doing the same thing. It's like, no, you didn't. So, are bears leaving Yellowstone? Are you looking it up?
Yeah.
So anyway, like the seismic activity is just crazy over there, right?
Oh yeah, yeah,
But if I'm in the 1800s, that's the end of the world. Jesus is coming, right?
right.
The problem is up until the 40s when Israel actually became a nation. So you could
This
be,
morning, and it is throwing the sign left.
you could be saying all that stuff, but the fuse was lit when Israel became a nation.
Correct. Yes. That was yes.
So now we can look at all this and go, okay, Second Temple,
So that's happened.
Third Temple,
Yes. Yep.
burning the heifers, getting things ready, laying the cornerstone. Oh, it's not going to happen. Jesus is, it's already happened. He's already, no, your theology is a little bit off.
Because in the 1800s, you could easily dismiss it.
Yes.
Is Israel becoming a nation? No. Okay. That's it.
But, well, how did they interpret it back then?
Well, that's true.
Did they look at the Bible before Israel actually became a nation and just say, well, they think the same and they speak the same language? I mean, I guess that's how you would have to interpret that, right? Well, they're a nation, just like, the Germans in America and the Germans in Germany are a nation, but they're, they're in different places, but they still speak German. So they're, they're a nation, family, I guess. I mean,
it's just like, so, I've talked to my dad and, well, not in depth about all this stuff, but like one of my grandfathers, when he was alive, he was pretty into it, and he was like, yeah, Dad bought this book or something, and he said, he said nobody knows when this is gonna. My dad said nobody knows when this is gonna happen, which is true, and he said, there's been events. He said, I thought when I was in school. And we were at war with, was it the Russian? Dang it! Anyway, they were at war with, we did bomb training at school and hid under the desks, like that would do anything. But he said, they've talked about all this stuff. We thought Jesus was coming back then. He said, but I don't like that lackadaisical take on it.
yeah.
I don't like it because we're called to be watchmen, and I don't think I just don't like that.
What's Watchmen-y about? Well, anytime.
Yeah.
No, as Watchmen, like you're supposed to be like, no, anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime. I mean, like
Yeah.
I picture my dog with a ball,
Yeah.
like, oh boy. Now.
Watchmen,
now,
you're
now,
supposed to watch.
I mean, and if you are really doing this right and doing your homework and not just reading what somebody else wrote, some other theologian wrote. And I'm going to tell you, theologians put their pants on one leg at a time.
yeah.
We just lost John MacArthur, right? He's a phenomenal pastor, but he was wrong on some things. And I'll say that. There are things that he would say that I firmly disagree with. Not that he's going to hell.
Right.
He's in heaven with Jesus.
Yeah.
But he was wrong. And you know what? People can go, well, you don't know what you're talking about. No, I think he doesn't know what he's talking about. Do you see how that works? If you study the word, you work it out for yourself in fear and trembling. We all have got a different opinion on it, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Because we're not God. We don't know. He
Right.
didn't know.
The different opinions aren't, as long as we come to the consensus.
Yes.
That-
Jesus is
yes,
Lord.
yes.
Boom.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's
so
fine.
there are things we can disagree about, and that's fine. Okay. But the bottom line is so many people will take what somebody else says, hook, line, and sinker, because Stephen Furtick is anointed. And so I'm going to follow him to the grave. Whatever he says is true. Whatever Joel Osteen says
Yeah,
is
buddy.
true.
Yep.
He
Whatever.
didn't say much though.
No, but you know what I'm saying?
I get
And
it.
you can use somebody like Charles Spurgeon, who
Yeah.
also I disagree with on some things. You can like over and over and over. And I'm not a theologian, but I have a Bible. I have a brain. Use Chat GPT. I only use about 17% of what's left of my brain, but It doesn't take a rocket scientist to go, nope, the fuse was lit, because we serve a God that's big enough that when he says, can a group become a nation in a day? Yes. Israel did it. They did it. And that fuse was lit. And anything that happened up until then was I believe, in a sense, pre-end times prophecy. Once it happened that Israel became an actual nation, the fuse was lit for us to start to see things in motion, okay? Bringing us to today. Do not be deceived, and we say it almost every week on this program. Do not be deceived. What we're seeing with Epstein, what we're seeing in everything we've talked about tonight, everything is deception, smoke and mirrors.
Oh, yeah.
We don't know what to believe. Is that image even true? Are the bears really coming out of Yellowstone? We don't know.
I look at some videos, depending on what the context of them is, I look at them so intently because I'm like, because usually you can still kind of catch like mouth movements with AI stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just not there.
6 fingers.
Yes.
Well, and it's going to keep getting worse.
And it's like I have to intently stare at this stuff.
Do you mean worse or better? Like the AI is going to be better.
The AI is going to get better.
Which is worse for us.
Get worse.
Right. It's going to be worse for us. We aren't going to know what to believe.
Exactly. I mean, they could make up something about anybody.
How about the phone calls with Marco Rubio?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
How about
So
that?
it sounded so much like him that they thought it was him.
Yes.
And it's like,
Oh, yeah.
that's...
Yeah, now I've been messing around with just in video production with AI voiceover.
Was it you?
Scary
Jared.
bad. What's that?
It was you?
Were you
Was
that a
impersonating
video
Marco?
of Marco Rubio that you were working on?
No.
Gosh, man, Jared, you can't be doing that.
I mean, you think about this. It's
You looked at me accusatorial. I was like,
We found him.
I didn't do it.
We found it.
you think about this. What's going to combat that? What's going to make the truth the truth? I don't know. Maybe some kind of a mark.
Oh, yeah.
That way we really know it's you. Maybe there's got to be some kind of a thing that
Oh, yeah. So to ward off against it, yes. Yep. So, because it's getting...
It's getting so bad.
So, yep.
It's getting so bad that your voice.
Then it sparks fear. Yeah, buddy. Yep.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm
But
just
we
saying,
don't. But we don't fall for that, though.
No, as Christians, we don't fall for
No.
that.
No.
I'm just saying, like, can you not see how this is all just stacking up? Yeah. The deception, all of it, where you go, oh, you know what? Yeah, you better know it's really me. So, because I want that bread, when I walk by Publix, I want my bread to change from $4.99 a loaf to $2.99 a loaf based on my, but you got to know it's me. So I've got to have something that'll let you know it's me for real, though. This is me for real, though. Like, this is really my voice.
And I want to say one more, because this is just I've become to feel so much stronger with this thought process, or this, I guess, this way of thinking for the past few months with the Watchmen thing, to be very lackadaisical with it, like some people. I mean, my dad seems to be, and yes, to treat it lackadaisically is really a slap in the face to Jesus.
Well, I get where you're going with it, but I think I want to challenge that a little bit.
Okay.
Because if you've got a warning light in your car,
Yeah, I don't want to immediately. Yeah, that's true.
okay,
Yeah.
and it goes on, but it's running fine. It sounds fine.
Yeah.
So, we've got one in the van. This is total shout out to my wife. Rather than reading the code or anything, she took a black marker and just went over it because,
Brilliant.
Is great.
yeah.
That's good.
So, because the warning's there. The warning's there. But it's been there for a while and everything seems to be fine.
Yeah.
And so the warning doesn't mean as much. And it's not about being lackadaisical. It's about being desensitized to it.
Yeah.
And so what happens is we get to a point where I get it. It's going to happen. But then you have videos like you sent with the boy crying, seeing Jesus.
Yeah.
And then you have the reality of thousands upon thousands of Muslims having visions and converting to Christ in places where they can be put to death for their belief in Christ, but they're turning away from Islam, and they're saying yes to Jesus because he's visiting them in dreams.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that warning light on your car starts to become like, maybe I should have that looked at, right? So I think God is using all these things, wake up, oh sleeper.
I guess I hope people are taking notice of. We don't want people to miss out.
No.
I mean, it's just.
And I think there's a part of it too, where so many people that believe in Christ or profess belief in Christ become secure in their salvation.
Yeah.
We are in a incredibly self-centered culture. Not to say that your dad's self-centered or my dad, but it's just our culture where you sit back and go, I'm good.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm good. And my family is good.
It's kind of like I'm saved, so I'm going.
Yeah.
But
and my son's good.
We're called to be so much more than that, though.
I don't disagree. But there's a part of you that goes, I'm good.
Oh, yeah, there is.
And the call is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I want to.
Yeah, it is.
We talked about Sunday morning prayer, where our pastor was talking about how he prays for people and, all the time. He just, this is what he does. It's great stories. But he was talking about how, it's uncomfortable to do it.
It is.
The more you do it, the less uncomfortable it becomes, but it's still uncomfortable. And I've shared this before, the time in Cracker Barrel. I think of all the times I prayed for people, this time really stuck out because what I envisioned was not the problem. You could see a problem. He just got out of the hospital, and you're like, okay.
I remember you talking about
I want to go pray for this guy. Clearly, just got out of the hospital. I mean, he was a mess. And I went over and was like, wow, rough day. And he says, yeah. And, I admired the guy because his first stop out of the hospital was Cracker Barrel. And I'm like, hey, you're just going right back in, aren't you?
True American.
Hard artery, hard nut, sucker back up.
Yes.
And just right back
it didn't get me that time.
like a dog to its own vomit, like I can't wait to get back and have that biscuits and gravy. And, but sure enough, I went over and was like, hey, I took my daughter with me. We went over and I'm like, the Holy Spirit's really telling me I need to pray for you. And he was like, wow, yes, my wife just left me this morning. It's just like, wait, what? Because
Wow.
I'm seeing everything about you says I need to pray for your healing physically. Had no clue that what really the problem was he's emotional. He was a mess. He was hurting. And so those are the moments where you sit back and go, we've got to stay alert. We've got to stay vigilant. We've got to stay obedient. We've got to stay watchmen. And we've got to do our part to impact our corner of the world. Yeah, we're on this side of the mountain. We got a small patch of ground here. What are you doing to make it different? What seeds are you watering? Just by your lifestyle, just by who you are, it doesn't take much. Jesus loves you. That's it. That's it. And when you live your life with integrity and people know you profess Christ, that's the big difference. Where they go, you know what? Say what you want about that guy, but he was good.
Yep.
Always up front, always honest. Told people that he actually loved them. He actually, cared. So, yeah. I mean, but in our culture, we get lazy easy.
Oh, yeah.
We ignore the warning light.
Yes.
So
That's good. I don't know what I can
That was
add
good
to
enough. That was good enough. I mean, yeah, that was great.
I was listening intently.
It just came to me.
Although I did try to pull up something funny when you talked about people being selfish. I thought of a Seinfeld episode. And so I pulled up the clip. We'll see if it works. Have you seen this one?
Yes. I love it.
Yes.
Yes. One of the best.
I love Seinfeld, man.
So good.
Feels like an Arby's night.
Arby's, beef and cheese and... Do you believe in God?
Yes,
Oh, so you're pretty religious.
that's right.
So is it a problem that I'm not really religious?
Not for me.
Why not?
I'm not the one going to hell.
Boom.
God, it's great.
Cuddy.
That's great.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah.
I guess I will get a copyright strike for that.
It was fantastic.
can't imagine.
We just say we own it.
That's
Yeah,
so
there
funny.
you go. That was ours. It's just a small.
God, that's funny.
All right, what else do we got tonight?
Oh my goodness. Let's see. So, we've got the Chip and Joanna Gaines.
Oh, buddy, here we go.
Man.
You said it,
What I've got is Mark Driscoll's take on it.
which is a great,
It's really
spot on, actually.
Really,
It
really
is.
good.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and play what Mark has to say because I think, you know,
He is in my algorithm, and I love listening to this guy.
Yeah.
I really, really do. Not as much as Jeremy, but you know,
Yeah.
yeah. I still enjoy it.
Digital detox.
Oh, look at this.
This is
You guys
This
ready?
is a recap of the show that they're
Our
doing.
Yes.
Dallas-based dads, the Hannah Riggs.
All of your tech here, phones, devices.
Okay, what's first?
And see, at first,
No more work.
this looks
No more
like
emails,
it's
no more pings,
two
no more
separate
bings
ads
everywhere
and their
we go.
kid.
Are you guys ready to get rid of
yeah.
these devices?
and that's what he thinks until
Alexa, good morning.
this.
I'm Jason Hanna. My name is Joe Riggs. We have our twin boys, Ethan and Lucas, that are 10 years old.
Yeah, I didn't need to see their bed. So I'm assuming the Gaines are a little perplexed at the backlash that they deserve. So the way it works is this. If you profess Christ, you need to be loyal to Christ. And if you profess Christ, those who profess Christ, they have a measure of trust that they give you, not because you've earned it, but because they love Christ. And so when you see something like the massive, very wealthy platform that has been built, it is built with a core base audience of people who probably love Christ or at least hold to conservative, traditional values that are somewhat based on biblical teaching. And so for the Gaines to deviate from that is to betray their entire core audience. It's also remarkably tone deaf. We just had an election. I don't know if you guys saw that. It seemed like a resounding national referendum to stop this spread of trying to sexualize children and normalize perverse behavior. And so this behavior all the way up till 1970 in the DSM, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Health Disorders, it would have been considered in that day as well as our own, the Bible on mental health. This behavior was listed as a mental illness during my lifetime. And it has gone from a mental illness to a civil right, and it has gone from those who don't love Christ advocating it to those who do claim to love Christ tolerating it. One generation tolerates a sin, the next generation celebrates that sin, and then the generation after that no longer knows that it's a sin. This is the slippery slope. This is using a platform that was given you by using the name of Christ and by exercising some commitment to traditional values. And this is a betrayal of Christ and your core base. Now, I've heard, I don't know, I don't live on the internet, I play with grandkids. But if you're online defending yourself and shooting people and you're being judgmental and accusing other leaders of criticizing you, well, shame on you. You're the one who farted in your own elevator, so you got to smell it. You have no one to blame but yourself.
Love it.
You did this to yourself.
You were on
This is
Epstein
the
Island.
result of people who don't understand that there are not.
Can we keep going? Or
Well, you can pause. I mean, this is you farted in your own elevator.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect. You didn't have to cast it this way.
Yep.
You didn't have to do it, but you did. And so now what's going to happen, my prediction is they're going bankrupt.
They're going to lose.
They have no idea.
Why did I like watching them?
Because they were wholesome?
Bingo. Well, because and they were outspoken about Christ.
Yes. But now you have to sit back and go, why? Who got to you?
And
you know what? You can think it's fine. You can think it's not a sin. That's fine. That's fine. It's not. But if that's your position, great. But knowing that you're a professing follower of Christ, and this goes for men in the pulpit, this goes for deacons and elders, this goes for youth pastors, I don't care who you are, the minute that you bring up something controversial as truth is the minute that you've lost all credibility with so many people. And it's stupid.
Yeah. And people are going to say, oh, no, it's great. They're being inclusive. Inclusivity is not to replace the, I want to say like the doctrine of Christ, but I don't think that's exactly it. It's not a
inclusivity doesn't mean acceptance.
There we go. Yes.
Right.
Okay. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And hey, listen, if those two dads accept Christ because of Chip and Joanna and you know all that, hey, great, that's great.
Yeah.
Hey, next season, let's not cast a gay couple. Let's go ahead and just do it. Let's just do mom and dad. Let's just do it normal. Let's just do it like.
But that's what he was talking about, is that it's the slippery slope.
Yeah.
You know, when you're around Hollywood, you're the average of the top
Yes.
5 people you hang out with.
Yes.
You're hanging around producers and directors and, you know, crew members that are all from the left coast.
Yep.
That and they might go to one of those large churches that says, no, all this is perfectly fine. You don't need to change anything about yourself. Keep living the way you're living, and you can be, you know.
But they've shot themselves in the foot, though.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying is that because there was a lot of back and forth on social media where Chip was going after, I forget who the guy was.
Chip was, oh gosh, who was it?
Basically calling him out for it, saying, "Hey, you guys you're basically setting yourself up to say that this is an acceptable thing. You brought this onto your show. You profess to be people of Christ, and you are enabling that." And that was the other thing is acceptance. Fine, because everybody's got their cross to bear. Everybody's got their
right,
to
yeah.
bear.
But Chip going with basically the statement of, oh, here's judgmental Christians. It's like, oh, don't go with that argument, dude. Don't go down that route, because for everybody who's listening, Christians, true Christians, do not hate the gay community. I want to get that across crystal clear. It just goes against Christ's best for your life. And if you have Chip and Joanna Gaines that are Christ followers and outspoken Christ followers, we are Christians critiquing what they are allowing on their show because it goes against what Christ taught. Correct? I mean, that's why we're kind of upset about this, is because it's not like they've never spoken about Christ, and they, you know, if it was just some normal show, then it would be like,
truthfully, I'm not upset about it.
Really?
No.
Okay.
They're going to lose everything, and it serves them right. And I'm not upset about it. They fell for it.
Disappointed, I guess, is the
disappointed. You know. I really went, you know what? You're mediocre. There's so many things. I look at your wife's house. She's better than Joanna, right? Like there's so many things they were just mediocre at. They had a good personality, good chemistry, whatever. I watched the show for a season and got bored with it because they bore me. Okay. Really, they always
Tell
have.
us what you really think.
They always have. It's a stupid show.
You're a fan.
Yes,
Okay,
big fan.
cool, awesome.
Stupid show. It's not reality.
House
to
full of
begin with.
Magnolia
So
gear.
you sit back and go, whatever. I've tore walls down, Chip. You know, like I know what you run into. That's at any rate, great. It's a mediocre show. They've got great appeal, all that stuff. You're gonna poop in your own elevator. You're gonna smell it, right? This is on them. And when they go bankrupt, that was on them.
Yep.
You can blame the Christian community all you want, but nobody in the Christian community held a gun to your forehead saying you need to have gay guys on. You chose it, so you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit.
Right.
And it goes all the way across the board. Epstein Island,
It's just like the Bud Light thing. It's exactly the same thing.
This is it. You play with fire.
Jaguar, the car of it, same thing.
You play with fire, you get burned.
But you know who did hold a gun to their head? I'm willing to bet. It was the same people who were paying them boatloads of money to run that show, and they chose the money and compromise.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Their morals and principles.
And you know what?
Whether that was exactly how it happened, I don't know, but that's certainly what it looks like.
That's on them.
Yeah,
and,
that's on them.
And when it all goes south, great. And the gay community is going to be all up in arms. Look at what happened to Chip and Joanna Gaines because they had these two dads on there and blah, blah, blah. And you know what? So what?
Yeah.
So what?
Let them. They can go buy the $100 vases.
Here's the most interesting thing I think Driscoll said, and this made me think from the very beginning in the Garden of Eden. At the end of this video,
well, we'll play it.
Oh, are you playing it? Okay.
Yeah, we just pick up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's play it.
All right, let me get back to it here.
Platforms, there are people, and those people are depending on you to be consistent and loyal with your messaging and your loyalty. When you're no longer loyal to their God or them, they have no obligation to be loyal to you. And once you claim Christ, you need to know that when you're saying and doing things that are anti-Christ, it's not just people who are frustrated with you, it's God who opposes you. So my encouragement would be, and we've loved the Gaineses, my wife and I've watched the shows, and Chip seems funny. They're beautiful kids, and they've done some good work in restoring Waco, Texas.
Wow.
But we also know that Baylor University is there. They've got a new DEI initiative that I think is almost $750,000 that the school has gone woke and it's betrayed its Christian roots, and it's time to come to repentance or just stop naming Christ as Lord. And if that is what is happening in and around the influence town of Waco, then yeah, this is a national moment for the spotlight to be shown on a little town with a family who has helped to make it. And that family has a really important decision now, and so does Chip Gaines. And I've never met him. Seems like a really likable guy, great sense of humor. But Chip, you're a husband and a father. You're a Christian and you're a man, and you have a responsibility in the sight of God to lead with courage and with authority and with clarity. And if you fail to do so, you're just another guy who failed and failed miserably and failed publicly. That doesn't make you a victim. That makes you a fool.
Wow.
That reminds me of in the garden, Adam.
Where are you, Adam?
Where are you?
The problem is it's Adam.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not seeing her say much.
Right.
It's him.
Right.
Where you sit back and go like, why, dude? Just, you know what? Just take it. Yeah, you know what? We probably, that was probably a mistake.
Probably a little confusing for our followers.
Yeah. And I apologize.
Yeah.
Like, or whatever. You can repent. You can turn it around. You can do all, they're not gonna, because I believe that they affirm that lifestyle. And, here's the other thing. You're surrounded by that. I'll bet in that business.
Oh, yeah.
You're surrounded by it. All those interior designers and all those people, you're surrounded by it. So there's probably an influence there that's like, we really, I want to love them too. I want to accept them too, but I can't accept what they do.
Right.
Which is not
right.
who
And
they are.
And that's where it separates is, you love them. It's the old saying, love the sin or hate the sin. I don't love that, but it's like, that's what it is. Like, you love them.
It's really simple. I mean, I love you. You're hate your sin.
Yeah.
Which you have. So do I. So do you.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Oh, yeah, I guess I do.
We all do. And it's the same thing.
That beard right there cancels some of them out, though. I mean, that beard.
But to have, I think here's the difference, though. You've got two dads.
Yeah.
Like, you're showing their sin.
Yeah.
You can have bitterness in your heart that manifests itself through sickness, through disease that you have, right? That usually when you're angry at somebody and hold bitterness, it has nothing, usually, always, it doesn't affect them. It affects you.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So, you can have somebody that's angry and everything else on there, and great. But that is putting the sin on display. Because we've all got sin. We've all got our problems, right? But to make that an acceptable thing.
It's platforming it.
Yes.
It's totally platforming it.
Yeah.
And you know what?
It's almost.
Yes. And it's not even like, it's a small percentage of the population.
Yeah.
So why don't we just go ahead and represent the population who votes, and the majority wins, and the majority are straight.
Yeah.
And the majority would like to watch their straight majority So just go with it.
Yeah.
But because you fart in your elevator, you're going to deal with it. And if it bankrupts Waco, not my problem. It was their choice. And that's how that's my 2 cents, I guess.
It's the will and grace effect.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's where it started. The will and grace effect.
Will and grace had a big impact
Huge
on
impact.
this. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's very true.
Yep.
Well,
that's.
I mean,
trying to think what else I've got. We can get into more stuff you want to. I've got.
It is 10:30.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it
I've
is.
got a.
I had a good one of a kid shredding on a guitar, and I got alligator Alcatraz warden.
Oh my goodness.
We can get into all of it later.
Yeah, alligator. We have not even really talked about immigration at all tonight.
No,
and that's probably for the best.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
we haven't talked about the arguments. All we've talked about has been really quite a bit, but we didn't really get into anything personal. We've been gone from one another for like a month.
Yep.
Yeah, it has been a month.
It's been like, it's insane. Summers are awful.
Yeah.
Summers are just awful. They're hot, they're sticky, and we spend a lot of money.
It's so hot.
Kids are home. They eat. It's just.
There's a pool.
There is a pool.
There is a pool.
You're more than welcome.
I know. Appreciate it. Yes.
Dude, we got to get you over here with us.
I'm just going to bring the boys and just throw them in.
There you go. Chuck them in. That's what they do.
That's the best way to. That's the best way to learn. You watch John Wayne do it. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a good way to teach them. So, but as always, we want to close out every broadcast by saying, first of all, thanks for tuning in. I want to encourage you. We talked a lot of things tonight, but the only thing that really matters in all this, the smoke and mirrors and everything, all the deception, all the stuff, the Chip and Joanna Gaines, the gayness, all of it, whatever it is, there's only one thing that's permanent. There's only one thing that is true, and that is Christ came, proven. Christ died, fact. Christ resurrected, indisputable. There's something that historians throughout the ages, modern and antiquity, agree with, and that is this story is true. Every major world religion believes it. Christ came, he died, and he was resurrected. Just for you.
The more they look, the more they find. Seek, and you will find.
Yeah. No matter what you're up against tonight, no matter what you're up against tomorrow, there's a God that loves you so much that he sent his only son to die for you. And the word is very clear. All who call on the name of the Lord will be saved. So call on him, no matter what you're going through. You say, Jesus, I believe that you are the Son of God, that you rose from the dead, that you've forgiven us from our sins, and my friend, you will enter eternity with us, because we're going.
That's all right.
I mean, they keep setting fire to heifers. We're going to be going quick.
I mean, sucks for Elaine, but we're going.
Yeah. Sucks for you. Yeah. Gosh, that show was so good.
All right, well, it was.
So good. Yeah. She's like, are you related? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's just, there isn't any, his voice does not change.
No.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah. I feel like Arby's. Yeah. Anyway, we love you. Until next week, keep your eyes to the skies. Our King is returning. We are braver than the rest. If you have questions, like to discuss something, you can email us at thebraverthantheRest@gmail.com. Also, like and share, and feel free next week, a little late this week, but feel free to comment. We do respond. We read things.
Oh, yeah.
We like to talk.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, I haven't heard, Tristan hasn't been on. It's vacation season.
Yeah, people are on vacation.
Everybody's gone.
Yeah.
So many people.
We've had quite a few folks on tonight, but it's,
Yeah.
Yes, we
good.
have.
That's
Been
good.
good.
But the usuals, you know. I
Yeah.
just bought, by the way, I just bought name brand Fruity Pebbles tonight.
Say,
And can I tell you something? I never knew they were gluten free.
are they really?
It says gluten free on the thing, and I'm like, I want the gluten.
Got all those dyes, but by God, they're gluten free.
They are gluten free. We're gonna
Red
poison.
number-
We're gonna give
number
you
4 or whatever it is.
We're gonna give you diabetes,
You'll get diabetes.
and we're gonna poison you. But by golly,
Your stomach will be fine.
you're gonna be fine.
Diabetes and low sperm count. But
That's right. Yes. I'll tell you what, your tummy, you're going to be fine until you have 4 bowls at night. And in the morning, you're not fine.
Yeah.
You're not fine.
Oh,
so,
golly.
gluten-free, Jared. Give it a shot,
I'll
buddy.
give it a shot. I haven't had Fruity Pebbles in decades.
I've got some. I'll bring them in.
No, I'm good.
Till next week, braver than the rest.